Brandon.
And in a world of legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Well. Good afternoon. Well, good morning on the West Coast, I guess. Good afternoon on the East Coast. Wow. This team, every day I wake up, I did see the Durant move last night, late. Why? Because I fell asleep so early. And then woke up and I saw online where there were hints that Durant was coming to Dallas. We'll touch on that. But good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Game Time, Brian here. And we're going to touch on day 5 here. Technically, it's only day 3, but legal tampering started Monday, so it will be day 5. You know, we're seeing a lot. Again, I always wondered why Dallas Cowboys, you know, and I know Ultra's in here, which is cool because he was the one saying that they were interviewing a lot of D tackles at the combine. And we were wondering why, you know, with all the amount of bodies that we have. But as I let everybody in here, or whoever was in here, I know there was others. Here we go. Randy's coming. Hallie's coming in. So, it makes a lot of sense that the Dallas Cowboys are looking at defensive line. And I'm glad Randy's here because I haven't talked to him in a while, but we'll let him get settled in and be ready. But it's a long process. Dallas Cowboys, I know Hallie's here. We've talked about it. We'll go through all the moves and what people think and who they like and who they don't like. We can. I mean, that's fine. Everybody has their opinion, right? Again, at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys are moving different. They've started moving different from the end of the season, moving on from Matt Eberflus, right? I mean, hell, Dallas Cowboys were the same team that let Jason Garrett remain in his office, in the building for a week before they told him. Remember, it was an odd meeting of Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett. You know, it was kind of like they got Eberflus the heck out of there quick. They did an extensive search with young, sometimes I would say proven in the in any other business world. Everybody in the business world or out in the real world, not football, you want to go with the most talented, smart young guys. A lot of times they're unproven, right? You don't always get a guy with a lot of experience behind you. Experience meaning Christian Parker calling plays to call a defense. We're not here to tell you how great he's going to be in doing that because nobody really knows. What we do know is he's a leader of men. He has a great eye for talent, especially in the secondary, which happens to be a need for the Cowboys. They exhausted that search, everybody. They exhausted it so much so that they did 40 Zoom calls. Now, we know a lot of those Zooms were guys that were going to be prospectively on the coaching staff, ultimately, maybe not for head coach, but still, they took their time, got the guy that they wanted, maybe not the guy that you wanted. It looks like they're allowing Brian Schottenheimer to do what he needs to do. So that's different, everybody. And then, which I've been saying, they allowed their defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, whoever, too much say in personnel. But if you're going to change your defense, you cannot roll with the same guys you had last year. And I want to have one person challenge me on, are you any better today, BS? Everybody that left here that was not brought back or still hasn't been brought back, have they been re-signed by anybody? I mean, I'll wait. Any of our free agents, has anybody been knocking down their door? Does Kenneth Murray have a job? Does Donovan Wilson have a job? Does Kyer Elam, who they let go, does he have a job? I'm not saying they won't get jobs. I'm not saying they shouldn't get jobs. I'm just saying the defense was butt ugly last year, to end the year. It just was, and this is what it was required. And Wade Kuiper, he's got the itch for all these mock drafts. Wade Kuiper wants all the big boys, right? I told him from the get that wasn't feasible. Even in a perfect world, that's not. I mean, you're seeing that it's not feasible. I mean, Dallas has money. They're going to have a lot of money Dallas will have a lot of money as soon as they get a deal for George Pickens. We could talk about that. That's something that I would be willing to move on from. That's just me, okay? We could talk about that, but first and foremost, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Hallie, Momo, and Randy. What's going on?
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
How you feeling, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while. I missed you. You all right?
Well, the last 3 weeks I've been struggling a lot with my knee, and they gave me some bad medication that had caused problems with me. So I'm back now. I'm actually going to the VA today to get a handicap sticker. So no, everything's good. I'm getting in order now. I was going to come on anyway, but right before you.
Well,
so I was coming on.
I hadn't seen you, and I'm like, did I do something? I don't think I did.
No, Brian, I have some personal issues with my daughter's Lori going on.
Listen, man, you ever want to talk, I'm here for you, brother. So
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Again, I'm pretty accessible. Probably too much so, but I don't care. It's that's how I like it. As long as you're doing better and on the road to recovery,
I feel better.
More importantly, your family. That's
yes.
As I know, family comes first. So as long as everything's relatively good and getting better, that's all I care about. But Randy, I'm glad you're here because I want to talk to you. Again, we'll break it down. But what are you happy about? I mean, we don't have to go with the coaching hires because we know they've killed it. I don't think we need to go down that road again. Is it still a question mark, Randy? Of course it is. But I think we've all know that we've killed our coaching staff. It's exciting. But are you excited? Or please point out what you like that what Dallas has done so far.
What I like what Dallas has done. They went and traded a 4th-round pick for the edge from Green Bay. They went out and got a defensive lineman from San Diego. The Chargers. And the reason they did what they did and how they did it, they didn't want to bid against the Green Bay player against other teams. They would have shot the price up. I think that was a very smart move. People aren't looking at it that way. And the way that I see this stuff is going on, they're building inside out. So they've got the player in place. Then they traded Oso Digizua. I think we paid him too much to begin with, and he don't fit the scheme that we're going to be running here. So it was a brilliant move on what they did, and they went out and they got the safety, which I'm glad they got the middle. I wish they would have gotten a linebacker, but they got a cornerback
it's not
last
over
night.
Yet, man. It's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not. They're just adding to the pieces, and I like what they're doing.
Yeah, and to Randy's point, if there is a criticism, we're going to do it. We're not going to say, it's not bad. I mean, I kind of think, again, to Ultra's point, he brings it up, and he's right. I think that Dallas was going to have to pay millions more to get either Nakobe Dean, which we all agreed. We didn't really love Nakobe Dean. We liked him because of what? He would have been able to help with the system, and that's good. So I wanted Quay Walker for, a little bit better player, but for along the same lines, played with Christian Parker. So outside of that, they had a deal pretty much to go to the Raiders together. You would have had to have paid probably $3-4 million more to get him. That's probably what was going to happen, and I'm glad we didn't. And everybody is panicking 5 days in that this is the completed roster. Well, again, you can.
I'm not panicking, Momo.
Yeah, you're coming from a guy who your squad is You're signing shit after shit after shit, and all of a sudden
I
you're
don't actually not.
yeah,
We sign.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Right, and
Well,
you
we're
could
not here
come
to
at me.
talk about the Commanders. We're here to talk about the Cowboys.
I'm not
So
saying
you
it.
can
You
come
brought
in
it up.
here
You
and
brought
give
it
your
up.
opinion, but we're going to shoot your ass down
No,
at
that's fine.
at a
That's
moment's
fine.
notice.
No, okay, that's
So
fine.
go ahead.
Only thing I'm saying, I think Cowboys got these safeties they got, or any y'all replace them with the same type of players you had last year.
Wrong.
And that's all. It's
Wrong.
garbage
Wrong.
in, garbage
Wrong.
out.
Wrong. This a safety that they just got
And we
last
don't
night
know what
had
his team
Durant
is.
had 3 interceptions last year.
Oh,
One
big deal.
in a playoff. You know what they are?
Okay.
Oh no, you don't, because you
He
didn't
had
make the
3
fucking
in the
Oh yeah,
playoffs.
he had
playoff.
3 interceptions. A ball was thrown up for
It
grab.
doesn't
He grabbed
matter.
it. So you want to count that?
He had more than your cornerback
I
ass.
agree with you.
Yeah, all
I
right then.
agree.
So
I agree
the
with you.
people
We
in
will
glass
share.
houses don't throw stones.
Oh, actually, the Cowboys and the Washington football team defense
I
was
know.
trash.
It was. It was. So
Mhm.
again, all I'm saying is, Momo, is that again,
I
Durant is a
think I'm loving
piece.
this. I'm
Durant,
loving
well,
this.
you should love it because, you know, yeah, they're putting pieces together that actually work in the system. Okay, so I mean, we almost
teams
swept your
are.
ass last year with a 39th rated defense out of 32 teams. Wait
Hey,
till this year.
Mhm.
Listen, we're having fun, everybody,
he's
but
fired up today. He's
well, I'm
fired up
not.
today.
Listen, I'm just having fun. It's fine. I'm glad you're good.
Yeah. And I'm glad they
Yeah.
got a depth piece on
Yeah,
O-line
again,
to
nobody's
replace
saying he.
Hoffman.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
again, that's what I wanted to get to Randy. We lost Randy, so I don't know if it's his.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it's
His internet.
Yeah, let's just before Momo craps on anything else, we did we picked up a.
I sure am. I sure am.
You're like a bird. You just poop anywhere you want to.
Obviously, we traded for Rashawn Gary. He's gonna fit. He's gonna fit really well in that defense. Is he the end all be all? Again, Momo, I was the one that said you don't win Super Bowls with unbelievable edge rushers anyway. We saw just last year that a guy was, who was it? A Mafe and
Yeah.
D. Lawrence. You won a Super Bowl with a Leonard Williams and all those guys, a dominating defense across the board. So I would say that the Commandos are doing the same thing. You're not going out breaking the bank. You have to
No,
pay.
cool. I agree with you
I
100%.
mean, you got Oweh, who I really liked, but obviously
he's not.
you overpaid him. But that's how you have to.
You have to pay. I would say this about both teams. Both defense last year was crap. No matter who won those games,
Right? No, I know.
defensively,
I understand that.
they both was crap. Both defensive coordinators are feeling their way and getting so-called day players, but the scheme because certain players they come here and you gotta wait and see. It's a wait and see. Nothing has happened.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I know. Yeah, I know. Well, for Dallas, it does happen. We did get the safety, Jalen Thompson. He is a fine safety. He's not the top of the league. He's not the bottom. He's a very well-rounded safety that will fit perfectly in this new scheme.
Well, I just don't understand why y'all getting munchkins.
Well, again, I actually like it, Momo, because a lot of times Dallas would go out into free agency or a draft and just, wow, he's got short arms, Momo, so we're not going to draft T.J. Watt. This guy is not tall enough, so we're not going to draft him. So I think it's actually an encouraging sign that they're looking for football players rather than measurables, right?
In the area.
All right, I gotta mute you, brother.
Hi, Walker.
Dirty Sanchez is in the chat. What's up, brother? Momo is at the retirement home picking up a side chick. Hey, I'm sure Momo's just. I'll be nice. No, he's at home. I'm sure. I don't want to interrupt his talking to his better half. Let me put you in the hopper. What's up, Wade? How you doing? Wade Kuiper is in the house. What's up, brother?
Yes, I drafted Jacob Martinez on that last draft.
Well,
the future, we have a future now.
Yeah, Oweh had no sacks in
could.
Baltimore. Went to the Chargers with Jesse Minter. Got 7.5 sacks. And let's see. Yeah, again, also that's what I'm saying. Also, they overpaid for him, but I don't have a problem with them overpaying for Oweh because that's free agency. Dallas is actually smart, right, and not engaging in this foolish spending usually, but when you have drastic holes, you have to at least add a couple impact pieces. I would argue that they have. Let me quickly, Rashawn Gary, that was a trade. That was a good move, people. He fits perfect in what they're trying to do. It's a piece in the right direction. Trust me. Jalen Thompson, fine deal. He's going to come in and be an instant upgrade. Malik Hooker is retained. Everybody was blaming Malik for a lot of the issues with the linebackers. I'm excited what they're doing up front on the defensive line. I'm talking the big boys, and we'll get to that. But they brought in Sam Howell. They have moved on from our third-string quarterback. Will Greer. Poor Willie. But Sam Howell comes in with a little more pedigree. I'm okay with that. P.J. Locke, again, a special teams ace. Maybe this spells the end of C.J. Goodwin. P.J. Locke signed a 1-year, $5 million contract. This dude is just an all-around football player. He could play the slot. Everybody forgets Jalen Thompson can actually play the slot corner as well, which is why you're not looking for that 6'4", 6'2" guy to range the center field. That may come in the draft. I mean, if that could still happen, everybody. But P.J. Locke, who had actual play in the playoffs, he had an interception in a playoff game. Again, it's fine. Otito Agbania, again, a 1-year, $3 million deal. I get it. You go, oh, that's not a lot of money. He fits perfectly in what they're trying to do. He's a massive space eater who's played in the league rather than us holding our breath for Jay Toia. And then we signed Kobe Durant. Again, Kobe Durant was expendable when they made the trade for Trent. Richard, who am I thinking of? Trent. McDuffie. He became expendable when they traded for Trent McDuffie and also signed Jalen Watson. So, again, we picked up Matt Hennessy. He's an offensive line piece. I don't see we traded Osa for actual something good. He wasn't going to fit it good in the scheme. Hallie Pierce, weren't we just everybody was including Osa in trades, were they not? Oh, yeah, well,
yes. Yeah, they were including him.
Now
what,
all of a
Matt
sudden you
Crosby?
trade him because you're not getting Mad Max Crosby, which we could talk about that later. But again, Max Crosby, that market has sailed. They're not getting nowhere near what they thought. And if they do, a team is foolish. Even if my team does at 20, I think it's foolish at this point. Solomon Thomas, again, he wasn't going to fit, people. We saved almost $3 million this year. He wasn't going to fit. So what are we trying to do? The defense stunk last year. The defense stunk. Now, there is obviously a lot of moves left. Linebacker is a glaring need, but they are. We could talk about the rumors. Did we talk about the rumors? Does anybody like Zaven Collins? Zaven Collins may be a Cowboy by the end of the day. He's a linebacker for the Cardinals. Dallas was very high on him in the draft. They're going to reach out to them. I'm sure they've already have. Zaven Collins, do I love him? No, he hasn't lived up to his draft status. He's a hell of a lot better than anybody we got. There are other linebackers out there not in free agency. And now we got yet another third-round pick. There's a lot that they need to do. George Pickens needs to be re-signed or traded. We could talk about it. Me and Wade had a conversation. I blew up Wade Kuiper yesterday when I was on the route because I said, I'm sorry, if New England wants to give me 31 and a number 3 or a number 4, even if it's next year, or number 3, nothing lower than a third. I'll take a first and third for George Pickens. I'm sorry. I know that's...
Yep.
I know
and then
that's
you can
blasphemy.
draft old Trotter or Rodriguez.
Well, I don't know where those conversations are had, but Right now, George Pickens, he costing us $27.3 million. Now, that's egregious. That's egregious because, you could have gotten Quay Walker easy if you had a long-term extension done with George Pickens. When you do a deal with George Pickens, his annual salary this year is going to count less than $7 million against the cap. So Brandon Aubrey's unhappy. Oh, well, who gives a shit? The kicker market.
I
Anyway,
just think
go ahead,
I
Momo.
just think it's criminal to give a kicker that kind of money
Right.
because he gonna want between $8 and $10 million.
Yeah, well, the best kicker in the league statistically was not him and got what, 6 point something?
6.4, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Nick
Yeah.
Folk, 40-year-old kicker.
What did the Giants punter get? What did Giants punter get?
I don't know what the guarantees are. I think it was like a $7 million total contract, something like that. I don't know.
Yes, that's crazy. So I get
Shit,
it, but
you
I
get
just
Momo
don't
to
think
kick
Aubrey.
for half of that.
Yeah, I could kick. Yeah. So I feel like the Cowboys are going. I'm gonna be honest. Cowboys are going in the right direction, as far as slowly
There we go.
they're getting
There
the
we
players.
go.
Because you have to get pieces for your team and fill in holes when you can. You don't have to have a big splash. But I think Cowboy fans, for the most part, wanted a big splash because that's what they was told.
Well,
there will be a big splash. That's the reason they are
break the bank.
disappointed. Yeah.
Break the bank.
That's why
right?
That's why people's getting upset. I was in Zoom
I don't
call.
know that. Well, listen, I would just. I'm gonna let you finish your thought. Then I want to go back to Randy, but finish your thought, Momo.
I was in Zoom calls where they was upset, and but end of the day, this is a process. This is a process.
I'm just happy, Momo, that Dallas didn't take this week off because if they did, you may have missed out on a Rashawn Gary. You may have missed out on a Jalen Thompson. You may have missed out on a PJ Locke, who everybody's sleeping on, which is fine. Please sleep. He's just a football player, Momo. He's just a football player, a very good football player for what they need. Momo, what they're doing is they're putting players in the secondary that don't have to come off the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a team wants to hurry up on you, these guys can play corner. They have played corner in the league. That's what you want. The last thing you want is to be stuck out there with a Donovan Wilson dropping back. How many times do we see that, Randy? Missing assignments trying to cover the center field. You're muted, Randy. But we've seen that time and time again. We need smart football players. Anyway, go ahead, brother.
Yes, I agree. Donovan Wilson was a good tackler, but cover person, he was horrible. Always getting beat by 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like he would always miss assignments, which is like,
Yes.
Listen, I could take a Reed Blankenship. Let's just use him. He's not a Cowboy, but I'm still going to be nice to the guy. He wasn't the fastest. Well, shit, we could go back to Jeff Heath, right? Wasn't the fastest. Mm-hmm. Wasn't the most athletic. He was just a hell of a football player for what they needed. You need guys like that.
But here's the thing. You have to have players, whatever position they play, have football IQ.
I get it. And that's what half the team that is no longer here.
They did have good football IQ.
Let me ask you, Momo, and then Randy and whoever else. Did Kenneth Murray have good football IQ?
No, he didn't.
Randy, did he have good football IQ?
No.
I mean, how many times do we see him look like he was guessing on the gap that he was supposed to, fill, and we saw the running back go on the other side.
But I just don't think. Yes. I hate the Cowboys, but the facts. I would tell the Cowboys, and I would tell Jerry Jones standing right in front of me, don't get Queen. Because Queen is another Kenneth Murray because he guessed too.
Yeah.
What were we talking about, Brian? About fixing the defense?
Well, again, and
we were talking about. Remember yesterday we said you trade Pickens, get that first, call up the 49ers, give a first for Fred Warner, call up the Raiders, give a first for Max Crosby.
I don't think that would happen.
Draft, and then you draft at the number 12 pick Caleb Downs. The middle of that defense is a million times better.
Yeah, and
Crosby ain't going nowhere. He's
that was
stuck.
fun talk. We know that's not going to happen. Pickens still may get traded, everybody.
Who's not going nowhere, Momo? Who?
I think Crosby, they want him to heal first.
Let me just tell you, Jerry likes a bargain. He ain't going nowhere for 2 1s. I doubt he's going anywhere for a 1 this year, but we'll see who's on the clock at 20. I'm okay not getting Crosby. I like the idea of what they're doing. Again, I'm getting greedy now, right? I need to know now, Hallie Pierce, if Dallas is going to sign George Pickens long term. Because if they're not, this is his final year in Dallas. Okay? And are you telling me now
Yeah, I
that
have
we're
no
Super Bowl
idea.
ready?
I don't even know if he got any offers.
Well, again, I don't
from
know either. But I
Yeah.
need to
I
know
think
before the draft, Hallie. I need to know before the draft.
I believe, personally, I think Pickens no longer going to be a Cowboy this coming up season. I think Miami might slip up there
Well,
and do something.
and we'll go off.
Come on,
I
Miami.
think they're making moves
Yeah,
to trying to
exactly.
find a way to keep him on the team.
Come on, Miami.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll take their picks all day long because they're going to be drafting at the top next year.
Again, I'll just spread my wings a little bit. The Rams, you were talking about a team that's going all in. The latest from Diana Rossini. The Rams were all in on A.J. Brown. All in on him. Again, they have multiple ones. They used one of them for Trent McDuffie. The Rams are still remain interested with A.J. Brown. It may not be a first. It may be a first. Yeah, the Rams is way too high, but they are dead set on getting A.J. Brown. I don't know how they could afford it. I was telling Mark last week, he likes what Dallas is doing. This is prior to the last flurry of moves that I don't see how any Cowboy fan could be upset of what they're doing. Dallas,
Right.
It's nothing bad. Has it been earth-shattering? No, but don't you think we need to set up the building blocks first before we go and get the elite guys? I mean, Rashawn Gary is a more than capable edge rusher. Very good at what they need. Again, it's the other side I'm concerned about. Who's the next guy going to be? Listen, if it's not, let's say Momo's team screws everybody and takes Caleb Downs at 5. Real quick, Momo, do you think that the Commanders added another edge rusher? That's multiple edge rushers.
I think they setting up to have players go in and out.
But what I'm saying is, are you now in the market or not in the market for an edge rusher with that number 5
we're in the market
pick?
for another edge rusher. I think we're in the market for a cornerback.
Or a corner? But you're not going to take a corner at 5, so you figure probably safety, right?
Safety
Or a wide receiver.
Or linebacker. We need linebackers.
Okay, so maybe Sonny Styles, right?
Yeah, it could come to that, or we could trade with a team who wants Sonny Styles.
Why would you do that though?
I don't know why would they do that, but this organization being so unpredictable the last 20 plus years, I don't know.
There's some good linebackers the Cowboys could get in the
here.
draft, Brian.
What's up, brother? I'm sorry. I didn't know. I let you in. Didn't know it was you.
I was gonna say,
I was listening and
sorry, brother. Sorry, man.
and just waiting.
I expect you.
I don't know how you feel
deep
about that, Phil, but I mean, we all got we got big holes in linebacker. I mean, you can fill that up with Trotter, Rodriguez.
Well, yeah, I want to get to those names
AJ
real quick.
Allen.
Let me read the super chat real quick, and then we'll get to Wade and Prime Time. We'll welcome him to the show.
CJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
with
you can
the
do in
super
linebacker.
chat. What's up, Game Time? Everybody in the division is doing something. You can't poo-poo much of anything. I'd come up on the panel, but I'm balls deep trying to figure out why my parents are having internet issues. Get them. Thank you, CZ. I appreciate your support of the channel. Thanks, brother. All right, finish your thought, Wade, and then I want to Prime Time.
Well, the linebacker, I think the linebacker position is deep in the draft. If we're not going to go out in free agency or try a trade for a linebacker, I think we could seal up the linebacker position with a guy like Rodriguez, with Trotter. I think those would be solid ass picks.
Prime Time, what's up, man? Look, what's your latest? I mean, what's your thought of the latest flurry of moves by Dallas? Again, not earth-shattering, but to me, they're really good pieces. No.
Yeah, when I look at them, I get I'm with Momo and them saying as well too. I think everybody from this division has gotten somebody added some good value to their team. Obviously, there's a lot of them that a lot of the teams that have added lost more than they've added. But I mean, until the games start going and those defensive coordinators start doing their thing, we won't know about our additions 100%. But you like the body of work that they have had. Everybody was going into this free agency talking about kind of like the draft where you're like, oh, it's not very heavy on talent. Any talent you're going to need to get, you need to go trade for. And I think that's what each team has kind of done. And that's kind of the bigger splash part of it. It just sucks because obviously there was nobody dangling out there in free agency that you're going to be like, oh man, that is the thing. That was the piece that we were missing. And, even with Crosby possibly coming over, I think that still would have been, you'd have been able to sign this, but then they probably wouldn't have signed all those other guys, that they did sign. So I think, got a yin and yang to it. But I do, to answer your question, I do like the pickups, and I can see every time there's a pickup, you're like, okay, I understand kind of why they're bringing them in. Now, do I know what they're going to use them for? No, right. But I do like the pieces that they're bringing in, much like.
Yeah, Texas Poker says, why does Wade keep saying trade for Warner?
Fred Warner's the best linebacker in the NFL. That's why.
He wants a real linebacker.
I want how can I put it
war
like
daddy.
This? I want my war daddy. I want my Ken Norton. I want my Ken Norton Jr.
Yeah,
I want my Ken Norton Jr.
Here's my thing.
Is that so much to ask?
I made
when you sorry about that, Brian.
Yeah,
I was gonna say when you talk about the rest of the league in linebackers, there's usually nobody else that jumps out to you when you think of that type of linebacker. That's why he keeps repeating Fred Warner.
He's the best linebacker in the NFL, y'all. He would literally anchor your defense.
He's not leaving
for
San Fran,
5-6 years.
He's not leaving San Fran though.
I would say this to anybody. I always hear this about
number 20.
Cap and cap. You can be crazy amount over the cap. It's just end of the season. You got to get it down. That's the biggest myth. You can always teams always over the cap during the season. So it doesn't matter if you over the cap. You just got to bring the cap down near the end of the season.
Yeah, and going with what Momo says. I mean, if you do that for years, you got to sacrifice a year to rebalance yourself.
I agree.
And when you have a year like last year for the Cowboys, that would have been that reset year, So what Brian in that sense has been talking about with the borrowing from the future, you're trying to get in here the next 2 to 3 years. And guess what? That 4th and 5th year is going to have to be a lot of rookies and things that are coming in because it's not going to be so great after that. But you need to work within this window.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, the Seattle Seahawks took them 4 years to develop that defense. It wasn't 2 years. It wasn't a year. It was 4 years. That's the people keep talking about the year or 2 years. No, it was 4 years.
But anyway, as we sit here today, Dallas has holes. I think Randy, we would all agree we need some linebackers. We don't need one. We need multiple, right?
We need a couple at least.
We need linebacker. We need another edge rusher.
I agree with Ultra. If Sonny Styles is there at 12, I mean, yeah.
Again, that's why we need that 12th pick, right? And
who knows if he's going to be there.
I'm going to say this right here and now. I don't want to even trade 20 at this point for as of right now. I want to roll into the draft, not because I'm going, or Phil's going, but just because I want to. Somebody good is going to drop to us at 12, okay? But I'm hearing a lot of stupid shit out here, and somebody good could be there at 20. I mean, real good. We're talking Bain at 12, okay? Let's say Styles is gone. Let's say
we had to go to the next tier linebackers.
If Bain is there at 12, he also fits perfectly in what we're trying to do. You run the card up, and then if you have Max, you don't need a Max Crosby if you get a Reuben Bain. Sorry, Mad Max, you don't. He's that good. And everybody, Brian brought us, and I disagree with him sometimes with some of his stuff, but he's piped in, and 4 out of 5 GMs are saying in the top 10 they don't have Reuben Bain going. That's 4 crazy. Out of 5. That's nuts. So that means either him or Downs are going to be there at 12. Or Styles. One of them is going to be there. So you have to keep that pick. That's a day one impact starter that I've already told everybody there's maybe 14 players that are first round greats. Impact guys, absolutely. I would say Mansour Delane probably wouldn't even be as good as that, as a Ruben Bain. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm sure I'll get lit up for it. He's a smaller corner. Who's
about the linebacker from Georgia?
Again, I love C.J. Allen, yet he will be there. Everybody's saying he was going to go. He'll be there at 20, most likely, because he's not the most – he's not going to –
So if we got Bain at 12, would you feel good if you got Allen at 20?
Yes, I would.
So
but
would
I.
I would
If I
be
got
happy
Baines
as a
at 12,
lark.
I'd feel
Randy.
good about any pick at 20 almost by that
Agreed.
point.
I mean, Phil,
Agreed.
it's a real thing that Bain –
Even Caleb Downs, but
I'm surprised by
Caleb
that.
Downs would be
I
happy with
know
him too.
that, but
People get hung up on the arm length.
I
and stuff like that, which
know,
is kinda
I
crazy.
know. But if
And then-
Ruben Bain is there, shit.
And we're
He's
talking
like
about
Joseph. Yeah, they're doing the same thing like they
Let
did the
Phil
Joseph
talk.
Randall. He's
We're talking
undersized.
about the same type of draft where you're talking about the 14, 15 players, and really only maybe one of them is a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not normal. And so it sucks that you can't rely on quarterbacks being the first couple of picks, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Wade. You finish your thought, brother.
No, I say that Joseph Randall was undersized, but he was a beast, a monster.
Joseph
Sounded like a
Randall?
beast, too.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck? No, you're not talking about
So-
Joseph Randall.
Oh,
John
hold on.
Randall.
I'm sorry, John Randall.
Joseph
I'm sorry,
Randall,
I'm
the
thinking
dude
about
who
old-
stole panties
running
out
back?
of a department
Yes,
store.
underwear stealer. Underwear
What's up,
stealer.
Chris
My bad.
Dooley?
He was trying to figure out how do I practice in the off season. He's like, oh, I'll steal these underwears, run towards the door.
Is that
and
what
if
it
the
was?
security
Undies? I
gets
thought
me,
it was
that's not a
undies.
touchdown.
Yeah.
I
He
get
tried
it.
to slip on the thongs and
That was
run out.
Gucci. That was Gucci underwear right there. That's why.
You said Joseph Randall. I was like, what are we talking about? The dude failed a
Yeah, I
mental
guess, John
test.
Randall.
They had he went from Dallas into the a jail cell to the padded room to I think he works at the Piggly Wigglies now. But anyway, nothing against Piggly Wigglies. But Albert Breer says Cowboys want to get young. A quarterback in the pipeline. Oh, could you imagine with the 20th pick in the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Ty Simpson? Could you imagine, Mark?
Talk about throwing away.
Tell you what, though, honestly, at our fourth pick, when
I
our
can
fourth
hear
pick comes
Mark.
up, if
Hey,
Nussmeier
hold
is
on.
there,
Yeah,
I
go
would
ahead,
take
Randy.
Nussmeier at 4.
Titans just released somebody. Sneed.
Ladarius Sneed, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear Mark. I can just hear
Overt's
Mark.
going to
We
Miami.
drafted a quarterback.
Yes, the Clemente, former Oklahoma State Cowboy. I liked him up until he stole the thongs and then wigged out. But anyway, so everybody needs to relax. Just like if you're an Eagle fan, everybody's likes a couple of the moves that they did. They're still working on things. Again, we're 6 months away, Randy. Phil, we are 6 months away from football. We need every day of that as a new defensive staff.
I agree.
Everybody just needs to relax. I'm excited now. We got a third-round pick. That gives us 3 top 100 picks, right? So, or 4. Is that? No, 3 because we got 112.
3.
Right? So,
Yeah.
I think we could be creative if they do. If the draft goes a certain way, we could trade 12. I mean, 20 if we need to. We could. For the 49er linebacker if something that goes. Who's making? I gotta mute Momo. He's making more noise than the law allow. But anyway, game time, Brian. Don't ignore Omar Cooper Jr. Yeah, it's funny because we saw that the Eagles brought it in, and then we saw Dallas brought him in a couple days later.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that goes to my point, everybody. If we trade George Pickens for, let's say, a 1 and a 3 or something, even if the 3's next year, Omar Cooper is available at 20. Again, these are the type of things that we're telling you, stop worrying about Max Crosby. Max Crosby on this team would be fun, But I need linebacker at this point. I would be more willing to give my 20 for the 49er linebacker.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm amazed it got as far as it did. To tell you the truth, like I didn't really,
What's up,
I never
Chris
even
Johnson?
thought Cowboys were going to be truly in it. And anytime I see our name attached to anybody, I just always think that it's more of a hype train trying to get them
A
involved.
lot of times it is, Phil. A lot of times it is. Shout out to the 85 people in here hanging out with us. I'll try and get to your comments as best I can with the panel being here. Rob A., what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm well, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just I watched a movie this morning. I was up very early. I fell. Who's that? Somebody left. I think that's Randy again. His internet. I left. I fell asleep early last night because my hours are still kind of janky, getting back to my normal shift. And I was up at like 3 a.m. for a few hours. So I watched War Machine. Good movie. If anybody wants to watch, it's not. It kind of took a turn that I didn't look at the trailer or nothing. So I watched War Machine on Netflix, and it was actually pretty damn good. It's just it like takes a turn. I thought it was more of a war movie, and like new age war movie, and it is, but it kind of it turned a little bit. So, but it's definitely worth a watch if you got Netflix or whatever.
Isn't it the number one movie on Netflix right now as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty entertaining. So go check it out. You got to get a second round pick to be in contention for Omar Cooper. You got to get a second round pick to. What are you talking about? Like if we take him at 20, Linda, he's all ours. He would go in the first round. Omar Cooper is a first round draft pick, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, Ultra, am I wrong? I thought he was a first round graded talent. Maybe the top of the second. Maybe. More, yeah.
Well, I mean, he did have another receiver on the other side that was doing well too. So,
Nikki Candelaria, what's up, brother? War Machine was a good movie. Yeah, I liked it. It was entertaining. If you like that, you know, it turned into something I didn't know, but it was cool. It was cool. Linda Conyers, how are you? 20 is about reaching for. No, I hear you. I'm just telling you where it's going. Once you get past 14, Linda, they're all reaches. You're starting to hear like. And some people talk about Jacob Rodriguez at 20. To me, that would be a reach at 20. But shit, if a team likes him,
you like him, you like him.
You like him, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you like him, you like him, and you know,
I'll check it out.
The Lions got shit for taking Jamari Gibbs as early as they did, and look at what the kid turned out to be. So, I mean, to me, it's just like,
we've been
you
there.
don't listen to the noise, and you just pick who you think.
We've been there, right?
Out.
We took Phil. We took Travis Frederick, right? We got absolute lambasted, Rob, for that. Yeah. And you know,
Trotter could become a beast like his dad.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about him. I don't have my. I wanted just to talk about. And if anybody in the Zoom wants to have anything that they want to talk about, please speak up. Just get in here. But we were talking about.
I think you can get Trotter in the third round.
We were talking about. Like we were talking about linebacker in the draft, everybody. Excuse me. I had my coffee and now I'm drinking something else. And but we were talking about linebackers in the draft, right? We obviously got Arvell Reese, who's kind of he's going to go. He's probably going to the Jets, or he should go to the Jets. But he's an edge / line. He's a perfect guy for what Dallas will be wanting. But he's going to be long gone, right? You got Sonny Styles, 6'5", 243, great measurables, unbelievable athlete, kind of raw when it comes to actual linebacking. Rob A. and Phil in particular, and if Randy's not in here, but Sonny Styles. I know we touched on it, but Phil, then Rob, what's your thoughts on him being a raw actual linebacker? He's great talent, but...
Yeah, I mean, when you look at a guy like that, you'd be an idiot not to draft him if you're up in that top 10. I think just with his, again, what he showed you, whether it's like, well, people train for the combine and everything. Well, he trained and he kicked ass. Like, let me just tell you one thing. So if he's doing that type of stuff with just training, I would love a guy like that on their team. You can teach him all those other things, but I think obviously, when you talked about Murray and not being able to jump into the right gaps, that really will say a lot. But when you're talking about him,
Thanks,
I mean,
Randy.
he played
Thanks,
safety, he played all that type of stuff. So to me, it was almost like him and Caleb Downs could have been switching out places almost. I feel just because of how their ability. So to me, if you don't pick them top 10, you're an idiot NFL team.
Okay. I was surprised you said that. Rob A., your thoughts on Sonny Styles? I just real quickly, and I'll let Rob do the breakdown. I kind of think he's kind of raw when it comes to linebacking. I just think he's a great athlete, and he should go high, and kind of like Micah was, where wow, okay, he's an unbelievable athlete. Find a spot for him. He never really rushed from the edge in college, and that's what Dallas did. Your thoughts on Sonny Styles?
No, I think he's going to be a great player. I think he's definitely a top 10. I don't see him falling out of the top 10. His production score came in at 91. Good vertical. He's at a 43-inch vertical. I mean, the kid is 4'4", 40. So, no, I mean, to me, I think he's definitely a top 10 pick.
Linda, I can't help myself.
He looks skinny when you watch him play because he's so damn tall. So she still weighs in a little over 240. Yeah. But I mean, since he's 6'5",
but I just mean his instincts. He's kind of like raw when it comes to like football. I mean, he's like a unbelievable talented guy, right? You want him.
Raw talent. Exactly.
But overall fit at a linebacker ready to go, C.J. Allen is probably more well-rounded.
How long ago did he move to linebacker as well, too? I mean, he was playing safety, so I mean, yeah.
He was playing safety, everybody. Just to give everybody a little, I brought him up for a reason, just to give everybody just a background. He hasn't played linebacker very long. He's just an unbelievable. He's just an unbelievable talented kid who we all think he could do it, but there is a question, right? When we go to these guaranteed guys, he's a guaranteed athlete. He's a guaranteed talent. Is he a guaranteed unbelievable green dot linebacker? I don't know. So if he's gone, I'm okay with it because I can't, that's only me. I would love him at 12, but he's going to be gone, people. He's probably going to Washington. I think he may be with Washington.
Washington's going to get one of those three good defensive guys.
Ultra says
they're going to come out with a great defensive person.
And he may be Ultra. I'm just telling you my personal opinion is kind of like he's raw. So it is a bit of a risk.
C.J. Allen is more of a well-rounded linebacker. Ready to go.
C.J. Allen is next. Cerebrally, maybe the best linebacker in the draft as far as mental. He's smart kids.
Talking about Jacob Rodriguez?
No.
I don't know,
well, him too.
Those quarterbacks are kind of wimpy sometimes.
C.J. Allen is 6'1", 235, kind of on a little bit small, right? But he doesn't play small. He plays like
he plays sideline to sideline.
He's a beast, but he's not going to test the best. He won't run the fastest, jump the highest, lift the most. Well, he may lift the most because he looks like a fire plug. But we love C.J. Allen. Any thoughts on C.J. Allen? Because that would be the pick at 20 if you ask me. As I sit here today, it's very well could be C.J. Allen at in number 20. Phil,
when you look at C.J. Allen, you look at what he was doing, and man, I feel like he was always around the ball, just really good at reading what the offense was doing and being able to kind of like, just dissect it very quickly in his head. So that football intelligence was there, going sideline to sideline. I could see him as they were throwing stuff out there. He was already on the move. So again, that intelligence with that instincts definitely makes him a hell of a linebacker. He's at the 20th, so like at 20, I would not even be surprised if he wasn't there, especially if a guy like Styles goes up quickly and somebody else may be looking for a linebacker. To me, that would be that next linebacker. So I would not be surprised if he wasn't there at 20.
All right, anybody else? Walker Wade, Rob A., C.J. Allen, Georgia's own. Remember, our new linebackers coach was his coach in college. The ties are there. And he ran
He's a really well-rounded linebacker. I've seen a lot of the clips and the highlights. I mean, and I think, honestly, for me, the next two, I think Trotter's going to be a beast. I think he's going to be a monster in the NFL.
His dad will disown him if he becomes a Cowboy. You know that, right?
Oh, well, we're talking
He
about
won't be invited
Trotter.
to Sunday dinner.
Yeah, I think Trotter's going to be a beast.
Well, I'm getting there, brother. You gotta be patient. I wanted to get through C.J. Allen. He just can't.
And there's the linebacker from Texas too.
Okay, so he just wants to he just wants to go
going
on
off on his own.
You're not
Does
going to
your
let me go down my
your
list
headset
here.
work?
Yeah,
My headset works just fine.
All right, Rob A. You like C.J. Allen at all, Rob?
Yeah, I do like C.J. Allen. I mean, a Georgia kid.
Shit, I don't know that you guys need a linebacker, but if he's there, it's 23.
I like C.J. Allen. I don't like him for the Eagles. But I think he's a smart kid. Plays in good pedigree coming out of Georgia.
Yeah.
Ties
are there to Dallas. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of see it.
He's a green dot linebacker.
Yeah.
I could see him. He's more, I think, NFL ready. So I could see Dallas picking up a kid like him. And I think he's more of a first day starter as opposed to some other linebackers out there, including Sonny Styles.
So let me ask you a question, Brian, when you're talking about him. Let's say, everything's, Styles is gone, Downs is gone, Baines is gone, all those guys are going to, Bailey, all that kind of stuff, and then they pick a C.J. Allen at 12. What are you thinking about that?
I would be looking to move down at that point, just a few spots, because I wouldn't hate it, but I would like to maximize it more. I would like to get another pick, like day 2 pick. So,
but if you're dropping back, maybe feeling of that, their feeling might be like we might lose them.
Yeah, once I get to a couple more of these linebackers, that's where I want to go. I just want to talk about who I think we very well could be drafting in round 1 that everybody's going to get pissed at, but I think it's a big-time need. But I'm hearing, I know I'm in a group text with Joe DeMasi, and he loves Jacob Rodriguez. You know how much I love him. He thinks he's going to be there at 92. I'm looking at the big board that I'm looking up. He's 45 on the big board.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's creeping into the first round, but he's like a second-round guy, right,
Every
Phil?
simulation I run, he ain't there after that 3rd round. He's gone.
Well, he ain't there after the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Just because it's a weak draft.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
So if you think you're going to get him, Phil, at 92 or whatever we draft.
No. You're definitely no.
I don't even think you'll get Trotter at 92.
Even if you're looking at him as his intelligence, stuff like that, like he did amazingly at the combine as well, too. So, yeah, and those numbers always push you forward,
not back. That's why I wouldn't take
back.
Allen at 12, Phil. That's why I would not. I would not take Allen at 12 because of that.
Well, the 3rd round pick, we got what number is it at?
92.
Yeah,
okay, that's what you were talking about. I know he won't be there.
And speaking of Jacob Rodriguez, he's the exact size and weight, at least on paper, as C.J. Allen. He's 6'1", 235. The difference is Jacob is like 2 years older. He's
older.
Okay. He's 23. Like another leader, right? Listen, I would rather probably just give me one of them, right? I don't know that you would take both of them, but I just don't know they would fit together. But give me one of those guys, and now we're talking about a veteran that we're going to bring in. People
together, those two would look good together.
You think they would go? Both of them would look good together.
Linebackers.
You think they would both?
Put them...
Yeah, I don't know how that would work though. One's going to play the week, and I'm just curious how that's going to work.
I don't know, man. When you're talking,
Trotter would have worked with Allen.
We were getting.
I don't
there.
see them going into a defense like this with a traditional roles without some kind of like switching off and everything like that. So I don't know. I don't look at it as traditional.
Okay.
Well, it's a disservice to Rodriguez if you draft both of them because he's going to be the odd man out if
that's kind of what
Overshown's healthy.
Yeah.
It's a disservice to Rodriguez, especially at his age. You don't want him taking less snaps. You want him to be maximized because, again, he is 2 years older than C.J. Allen. So, to me, I hope Dallas, if you get Allen or Styles, I hope you guys don't go out and get Rodriguez because
I don't think you would. I don't think you would.
No, I agree with you, but they would look good together. But with Overshown there, as often as he's injured, not that I'm wishing injury, but Rodriguez.
We don't know how he's going to fit in this new scheme either. He's
right.
Especially got a lot of safeties coming down into the box.
CZ, this is a draft for depth sleeper draft after pick 5 draft is over. Round 5, you mean, or pick 5? I think after pick 5, it's the same guy for the next 25 picks, and then there's the same guy for the next 25 picks. Farm Boy, if we trade pick 20 and move back a few spots, I believe Rodriguez will be there. That would be, I would be okay with that too. Especially if CJ Allen is gone. I think if CJ Allen is there, he's probably their pick. But let me just finish the linebackers, then I want to talk about who I think will be our pick and see how bad you guys get mad at me. But Farm Boy, thank you. The next guy that this is PFF. Whether you like PFF or not, that's another story. But at least you're getting the names. Jake Golday, he's a big boy, 6'4", 220. I don't see Dallas linked to him, but any thoughts on Jake Golday out of Cincinnati? Any at all? I mean, he's a hard hitting guy, but
I don't know much of him.
Yeah.
I didn't watch too many Cincinnati games.
Yeah. Do you know anything about him primetime? Oh, he's on the phone. Josiah Trotter right after that. There you go. Your guy, 6'2", 237. He is the better, more talented brother than, I guess, the one, what was his name? Jeremiah Jr.? I don't know. What's
Junior,
his? Yeah. I mean, he's good. More of a special teamer with the Birds, maybe extra linebacker. Josiah, he comes with a little more pedigree. Somebody's going to get a good linebacker probably in the third round, early third round.
Third.
Right? He ain't going to be there at 90. So he's going to be late 2, early 3. Mid 3, maybe. So he may not be there with the third round. Now, maybe he will. This is their rankings. So Josiah Trotter, I think. Wade Kuiper, now we got your guy. Now you better talk about him.
Trotter?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's not really a coverage linebacker. He's more of a downhill linebacker.
Because he's so undersized. I mean, he's only 235.
Right.
If you want a guy that's just going to be downhill and playing the run, which
Anthony Hill,
we're playing a 3-4. Well, yeah, him too.
Yeah, he's very,
you can't go wrong. I feel like
that's all I'm saying.
My whole thing is I don't see nothing wrong with him drafting 2 linebackers.
I'm not trying to put shade on your guy. I'm just saying.
CJ Allen is there, you get him at 20. And then if Trotter's there, if you get in the third round, you take him.
I don't see them doing that because I think they're going to go and get a veteran. I do. So I think
a washed-up veteran or a good veteran?
I think Zaven Collins.
Oh, now you're just being picky.
I think Zaven Collins may be a Cowboy, but I'm hearing that name.
Veteran for me is like Bobby Wagner,
but not an injured person.
Listen, we could get a Bobby Wagner. We could get him just to come in as a stopgap. I doubt it. I heard Dallas is out on him. So if they didn't want him 5 years ago for $6-7 million, why would they want him now for 3-4?
Yeah, when you had somebody in house rooting for him as well too.
Yeah, Linda, I was talking about Josiah Trotter. I like Jeremiah Jr. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying with Zach Bond and who's your other? Yeah, Campbell.
Yeah,
well,
Campbell.
He might have an opportunity. Just real quick,
That's
Campbell's having another shoulder surgery, so
Right.
it is what it is. Bobby Schmurder, what's up, brother? Tolbert to Miami. I want CJ Allen. He is a former coach on the staff, Football Fanatic. Yeah, I think
Like
that's
Jalen
a
Tolbert to
natural
Miami?
thing. What's that?
Jalen Tolbert to Miami?
I don't know. A Bobby Schmurder. I would assume that's what that
Yeah,
means.
that came across my timeline.
All right,
Okay.
cheers that. Cheers
There you go, Jalen Tolbert. Go play with Tua. Oh wait.
No. It's Malik Willis.
Malik. I like Malik. So anyway, after Josiah Trotter, you have just a guy by the name of Kyle Lewis out of Pitt, who I like. Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas, kind of a one-dimensional guy. Some people love him, some people not so much. I don't know if Dallas is in on him. Deontay Lawson, the Oregon guy. I know some people like him. Bryce Botcher.
Good.
So
great.
again, that's what you're looking at, guys. I want no part of Harold Perkins Jr. that they worked out. I want no part of him. To me, he's overshown, but not as good. 6'1", 222. I heard Dallas worked him out. I don't want Harold Perkins Jr., but that's just me. If you like LSU, I'm sorry. But listen, guys, as we
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
there is a reason why we worked out so many defensive tackles at the combine. They did a lot of work on Peter Woods, who some people have going in the top 10. And if he does, good for Peter Woods out of Clemson. They've worked out some other guys. But if they get wiped out, Phil, would you be upset if they went with Peter Woods?
Yes.
Why?
Because I want to trade back. I want to get some value.
What if you trade back and get him in the teens? What if you trade back?
I'm not big on defensive tackles. That's not what we need. We need linebackers.
Well, I know we need linebackers,
and I understand.
I'm talking about your first pick.
This team isn't, big on, since Shoddy was, and I'm only going off a year, but it's been more about drafting the player than the need. So
Okay,
we'll see if that
I'll take your
ends up
word
being
for it.
But I would not be happy with it.
So what happened? Why are we calling Rob?
So I would be trading back things like that. I'd
What's
rather
up, Oscar?
gamble
How
on other
are you, man?
guys. Some pass rushers.
Oscar Perini's in the house. What's up, Oscar? How you doing, man? You need to hop in the Zoom call. I could see them going. Now, I would say more or less, Phil, probably going assuming we keep round 3, I could see a round 3 interior defender. In a perfect world,
Wouldn't be surprised.
Everybody, I don't really like the corners in first round. I know they have ties to Delane. I think Delane will be gone. I think he will be a top 10 pick to somebody. I don't think Miami makes much sense because Miami likes their corners on the taller side. But, like to me, like Caleb Banks, your thoughts on Caleb Banks? To me, he's such a risk. That 6'6" defensive tackle out of Florida. He's either going to be boom or bust. I heard them talking about him yesterday. I guess it was Talking Cowboys. I'm not a big fan of his just because it's scary,
the 2 defensive tackles that blow up my skirt in this draft is not in the first round at all. And it's going to be the Texas Tech
Lee Hunter.
Defensive tackles. You got Hunter and you got the other gentleman. I can't even remember his name. He got 3 names on his repertoire. But when you look at those 2,
Gil Howard.
Yes, thank you. Those would be the defensive tackles that I would be more inclined to want. But again, we don't know what they're necessarily looking at. I think the Hunter would be more in that mix. But of course, that's you trading back, getting value and things like that.
Yeah, I could see in like the 3rd round. I don't know that they worked out Lee Hunter. That's the thing. I don't know if they're like smoke screening. But I like Darrell Jackson Jr. out of Florida State. Again, I don't know that he makes it to you. I like Darrell Jackson Jr. a lot. 6'5", 337. Again, what you're saying with Christian Parker is guys that weigh 280 pounds will not work. That's why they got rid of Solomon Thomas. That's why they got rid of Osa.
You already forgot his name. Son of a
yeah,
bitch.
he's already forgotten.
That's because you didn't say it like Mark does.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, I can't even do it.
Now he's going with Osa being over there. It's Bosa and Osa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just saying, Phil, we got Durant last night. I get it. It's a 1-year deal. Do you see them, let's say in a world, do you see them taking anything other than defensive end and linebacker with the first 2 picks?
Yeah.
And what would that be? Let's say Delane is
Safety?
off the board and Downs is off the board.
Safety. I still think safety. I mean, you got that Oregon safety that's sitting there and maybe possibly have 20th pick. And he's the kind of guy that you can bring down to a box, cover the nickel.
I like him.
I think there is a possibility. I mean,
they didn't work him out, but some people are speculating, Phil, that they're playing possum there.
How many of these people jump around? You get all your defensive guys, and then Jeremiah Love sits down there, and maybe Jeremiah Love, So I mean, I think there are now. Whether the circumstances kind of push you to do that, or maybe the talent level makes you do that. I mean, some guys are big on some of the wide receivers. in this draft as well too. So I mean, maybe to them, there's a wide receiver in this draft that they're just like, man, we cannot walk away from. Maybe not on our board, but maybe on theirs.
Phil, are you in game time? Are you guys kind of comfortable with your offensive line? I mean, I know you re-signed still.
I'm
but
never comfortable. I'm not comfortable with the tackles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your tackles.
You're always looking, Rob. You're always looking. That's why
I would be okay with it, but anytime I say anything about that, I get pretty ridiculed.
I would look for.
I was surprised you restructured still.
Yeah, I actually like Steele. I mean, he's above average run blocker. Yeah, certain guys give him trouble, no doubt. But again, Dak, even as bad as it was at times, he was still one of the least hit quarterbacks in the league. So again, like I keep telling everybody, you don't need an unbelievable left and right tackle. You need serviceable guys because these quarterbacks get rid of the ball so fast. Yeah, it helps. Don't get me wrong. What the Eagles had 2 years ago when everybody was clicking on at a high cylinder, yeah, that's what you want. But I mean, that comes at a cost, and everything has to come together from top to bottom in order to be successful like that. And listen, you had Stoutland, who maximized guys like who's no longer there, who's available, who went to the Chargers. Rob, who am I thinking of?
Becton.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, everything came together. Everybody was playing at a high level, and that was what the catalyst, the offensive defensive line was, which is what you want, people.
That's what you want.
That's
right?
not a troll. That's how I want to build. If that means I can go out and get a damn Sam Darnold to win me a Super Bowl, well, let's go, Sammy. Let's ride. You know what I mean? That's how I want to win. I just like the days of, like a quarterback just leading you, that doesn't happen often. It's normally inside out, like Randy said. And that's why I said, Rob brings up a question about offensive line. Yeah, we're always looking. Again, where we're picking, we'll see. I mean, we shall see. Anything can happen. Let's let the season play out. But Phil, we got a little over a month, right? What's today? The 13th. So a month, about 5 weeks away from the draft. A little over 5 weeks, or 5 weeks, something like that. So it'll be here before we know it. And listen, it's exciting, right? Is it not? For all NFC East teams, I think the Commanders are doing what they do, guys. Chris Dooley, if you're still in here, I think you guys are doing what you do. I think that you're signing a lot of free agents, overspending on a lot of guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. Rob, do you like a lot of the guys that they went out and got? Like them, don't love them. That's me.
Honestly, I kind of feel that way, truthfully, about all NFC East teams right now. I don't really think there's been.
But they overpaid for their guys. That's the difference.
Yeah, I agree. But I there's all of the picks so far, I think, in the NFC East to me has been a like them, don't love them kind of move, regardless of how much was paid. But I'm just saying, pure talent wise, no one's went out there and made like a splash. Everybody, I think, is just building blocks to get better.
Yeah.
The Giants have done a pretty solid job.
If anything, I think the Giants may have done the best. But
that's why I mentioned them first.
Yeah, a lot more solid pieces.
But that doesn't mean much because, there he is, just in time. What's up? What's up, Paul Blart? How you doing?
Hi, Jesse.
We got Paul Blart. He had decided to check in for a few minutes. What's up, brother?
Yeah, nothing much, buddy. Just got to work here.
Okay. You just got to work? What, are you working late tonight?
Yeah. No, I just got to work. The damn bus is running late. So.
Holy shit. Damn.
Fucking hour out to wait for a bus.
Get on that ass. Oscar, hope everyone has a great day and weekend. For Oscar, nice seeing you, brother. Tommy T, overpaid who? Look at Tommy. Well, I think Oweh's a good player, not a great player. But Tommy, I would also said you have to overpay.
Yep.
You have to overpay.
You need to change out all those places.
I said that from the beginning.
You have to overpay. I wish my team would overpay. They don't overpay enough. But whatever. Randy Crow, how are you, sir? What's up, brother? Anybody I missed, just go ahead and spam me again.
Contract is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, Laramie Tunsil, again, he led the league in penalties last year. Okay. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be mean.
But you needed it. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're also going to get a great player, right, Phil, at number 5. I think Washington's going to get an awesome
great,
player
great
at 5.
player. Amazing
You're going to
player,
get
actually.
either Styles or Downs.
I
hope
that's gonna hurt. Either one's gonna hurt.
And it don't matter which one; they're both gonna hurt us. So, I'm not.
Got that right.
Yeah. So, I had brought it up, Phil. What's your thought about trading George Pickens? I know people hate the idea, but I mean, what's your thoughts on getting a deal done before the draft, or maximize his value and ship him out? No.
Yeah, I mean, I
would you wait till next year to trade him?
I would like to sign him long term to get him under a reasonable contract so we can go forward. But because unless you're going to utilize that money for something
2
this
years
year,
ago, Tommy,
if you're just
not
going to
this
do
year.
something to turn around and get it, just doesn't make any sense.
What's up, Mouse?
Unless you're going to do a sign and trade type of thing. I don't see the benefits of that or of really anything other than signing him for a long-term deal. And then with that long-term deal, after a year, are you trading him? Things like that. That makes more sense.
What's the holdup at this point? I mean, to me, that's
exactly. What are we waiting?
I mean,
on?
I keep hearing you guys have all this money, and you're going to have more money if you flip this trigger and that trigger and
They're
shit.
not in a
Well, then
hurry
get
to
the
do it.
fucking
They've
deal
even
done.
said it. Yeah, they've even said it.
I mean,
we're good where we're at right now.
I don't
and we're
understand
comfortable with them
attitude.
playing under the tag.
I don't either. To
I
me,
don't
we keep
understand the
getting shit on
attitude.
that we haven't made moves, but resigning Davis to me is a big move because we're proactive with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's a big move to me because we locked in our future with a young, good player. But to me, it's like, okay, so what's up, Dallas? Like
Me, I don't think you need two like high-end receivers like that if you have a good enough defense. So that's why I said, try and talk to them and get a deal, Rob. I mean, that's the idea. But if you can't, move them and get high value like you did, Osa.
Exactly.
I actually commend them for getting a third. All the people that are now backtracking, I don't have no time for because actually I thought like a third is actually higher than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I thought we were
Not
to
because
read
of the
that.
player,
I had to
just
read
how
that
the landscape
twice.
is, right? And the timing of these picks. Right now, draft picks are at a premium.
Right.
It's Eagles are trying to get a first from and then some for AJ, and I don't know what's true and what's not, and people are lowballing, so I don't blame them for not unloading. But the fact that Dallas got a 3 when even the pundits said maybe a 4, maybe a 5,
that was a great trade.
You got a 3 for a guy who wasn't going to play 50% of the snaps. What are we bitching about?
I agree.
I like the player. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He has made the Pro Bowl, but what does that mean these days, right? With all the people that drop out. But, I think you got to move on. You made your bed. You chose Christian Parker. You knew we didn't have the pieces to run a 3-4. Now they're trying to get there. We'll see how far they get. They got 6 months to get their act together. In reality, they got like 3 months to get their act together because you want them all in on this, before you hit training camp.
And all that, right?
Yeah, you want them in as early as possible. Go ahead, Hallie. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wasn't going to say
okay.
anything. I had my thoughts
Okay,
on
I'm
the
not
Pickens
looking at
thing,
you.
but
I saw hands, and I'm thinking, all right. Maybe
I got startled by my mom behind me.
Oh, okay.
Well, Drew does bring up a good point. Before Puka and St. Brown, get extended.
People think I'm crazy when I said Puka might get traded. Watch.
Huh?
That was you too, right? Yeah.
But if they get extended, I mean, to me, it's like this is the best time. If you're serious about keeping Pickens long term, get the deal done now. Because if these other guys get paid, that's just going to drive up the price that much more.
Yeah.
Then it's going to get.
I think there goes a line in the sand because
That's true.
I think you're not going to go past what CD is getting paid. I think that's what they're trying to use as well, which I think is again a lot of stupid tactics that they try to use. Doesn't make any sense. Again, try to sign them now. What here's the thing, like you're trading these guys, you're flipping switches, you're doing all this stuff. What is throwing 20 you go, I got them at 27-28 million dollars if we do them right now, and if we sign them long term, it'll average, it'll be lower. Obviously you're getting paid 30 something just to make your guy happy. Like, just shut up and do the deal. Like, that's to me is like, it's those little extra that you're trying to nickel and dime, like it's coming out of your damn pocket. Oh, I can't get my yacht this weekend. Like it's just, it's not ruining your life by giving him this extra stuff. That's why it's like,
that's why Quay Walker I would have given, or even a Kobe Dean, I would have made him an offer they couldn't refuse. More or less Quay Walker, I wanted him more, but I would have taken the Kobe just because it would give me a little bit of sense of going into into the draft having somebody that knows how to run this defense and help out on the fields. But, they weren't willing to do it. I would love to be a fly on the wall and see if Christian Parker's was really pounding the table. Because if he was, you would have thought that they would have brought one of these players in, right?
Well, they did. Did they have the Zoom call with
They had the Zoom calls with both of them. So, they had 5 Zoom calls, or they were allowed 5. I know they did not Zoom call Devin. They really weren't in on Devin Lloyd. So, for whatever reason, whether that's egregious, I don't know what. But they were in on Quay and Jacoby, but Dallas has this hard line in their head. And it's frustrating because, I'm hard on Washington. I'm not trying to be, but they will go over and spend more than maybe what a player is worth. You got to do that in certain instances like that. That's why it's free agency. It's a frenzy for the money and the players, right? I mean, you're going to overpay. That's the idea.
Yeah. Look at the Rams. They stocked up a whole over there.
So I would have offered a little more. Just getting back to the Rams, this is on the Athletic this morning. Jordan Rodriguez and Diana Rossini. Again, Howie's doing what he needs to do, so I don't blame him. But Rams remain interested in A.J. Brown. The discussions about the Philadelphia Eagles trading disgruntled wide receiver A.J. have not ended, even after the first few days of free agency. At least 2 teams, the Patriots and the Rams, in recent weeks discussed trading for Brown, whose frustrations with I'm not going to read all the negative. The Rams wound up using one of the firsts to acquire Trent McDuffie, right?
Good move.
So I'm just gonna just quickly read this. I'm not gonna read it word for word. That's the return. So basically, the Athletic reported that Roseman's philosophy has remained consistent, dating back to last season. He won't part with a great player for nothing, especially for an Eagles team in the middle of a championship window. His asking price for Brown was a first and a second round pick. That's the return Green Bay offered Devontae Adams, the Raiders, in 2022. Adams was 29 at the time. So it goes on and on. But if you want to read the article, it's on The Athletic. It is a paid site. So I actually like The Athletic because they don't throw a lot of crap up against the wall. It's actual very good. That's why if you're a Dallas fan, there's guy. That's why I like Dane Brugler. He works for for The Athletic. You have what's his name that he covers the Cowboys on there. I can't think of his name right now, but I like The Athletic. And what are the Rams doing, Phil? It's crazy that the Rams now, Rob A. This just goes to my thing. You already have Devontae Williams. If let's just say they give you that pick, the high ass pick, right, in the first round for AJ, was that 13 or 16, whatever the hell it is, or I don't know. I believe that's what it is. That would be a haul, I would think.
No. I'd put Howie's ass back in the closet if we trade AJ to the Rams.
But I mean, I understand. But I mean,
that's a threat to us. They're already a threat to us. I wouldn't do that. His ass was going to New England if I had.
What if you knew they were going to then trade Puka to New England? Let's say you knew before you made the trade, AJ was going to the Rams. I'm telling you, if they get AJ, Puka, they're not paying Puka $40 million. I'm telling you, 47. He's asking for 46, whatever the hell he's asking for. They're trading his ass.
If Puka's gone and AJ goes to LA, I would do that move. But if Puka's there and AJ's there,
right? You would have that in writing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
there's
telling
no
you,
way I want to.
I have a weird feeling that Puka's not going to be
Puka there.
I think they're going to save money, and they're like, shit, we found Puka. Nobody liked Puka. We found him. There's another Puka, and they'll draft one. And Phil loves Puka too.
I'll swap AJ and Puka straight up.
There you go.
Hey Rob, I got a question. I got a question, Buddy.
Meanwhile, somebody's stealing shit in the back.
Yep. Is it possible that Howard's waiting for a certain amount of time so that when they do the trade, it's cheaper for them?
About it.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on in Howie's head right now because he's not doing. how we things, like the first week of free agency, we haven't really done too many moves. I like the moves that we've done, but we haven't done like too many how we things. So I don't really kind of know.
Right.
Honestly, I just don't think we're getting the draft capital that he wants for AJ at the moment. I think teams are just trying to get the fillers out there. New England goes out there and signs Big Head, I think how he calls him, Fathead or whatever, Fathead.
Fathead one.
Yeah. Fathead.
Yeah.
So teams are making their moves. Honestly, I still think that Baltimore could still be in the mix for him. I have a feeling that it could still be Baltimore. So I don't know. I don't know what I think. Teams are just trying to fill in their rosters, kind of see what's out there, seeing who's getting paid what, and then I think AJ.
For Ravens, who were you saying for the Ravens?
AJ. I think AJ still could be traded to Baltimore.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Jawan Jennings is still out there. Yeah. Joey Bosa, Rashawn Walker. Kirk Cousins. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of free agents still out there. Everybody's panicking. Drake Greenlaw did return to the 49ers as Bryce Huff retires. Yeah, Bryce Huff is gone. Giants signed Austin from the Steelers, so you get another receiver, Jesse.
Yeah, we're filling up a backup receivers like crazy.
But again, he's not a guy that's going to stop you from drafting a guy.
Right. True. That's what I mean.
Murray joins the Vikings.
We got a lot of depth.
Ravens see defensive end Hendrickson as a defensive closer. Again, let's revisit that before we get out of here. We won't be too long today, but the Trey Hendrickson. Hendrickson. Well, Rob, I want to see you live with somebody for 9 hours, and when somebody says
I'm not mad at you, dude.
When he says Henderson over and over, you like your brain just automatically goes to that, right? So,
it's Henderson.
Like,
well, the thing what was cracking me up about that is
Kleb.
that he blames reading that you see. Well, he sits there and plays videos from ESPN on a daily. He hears them say Hendrickson, and he still calls him Henderson.
Anyway.
You can't blame reading when you hear the audio coming in. Well, you can. But that just simply becomes sheer laziness at that point. Because you hear other people.
So I called him Henderson a couple times. I screw up a lot because I'll listen to my videos over, especially in the morning because I'm a zombie in the morning. So I butcher stuff. I try and go back and chat and write. Well, this is what I really meant, everybody. But whatever. There is no play sheet. But let's talk about that. I just think we talked about it. I know there were some people who disagreed with us, Rob. Phil, I don't know that we got your opinion. We did. But let's reiterate it. Just how that happened. They pulled out on the Max Crosby deal, right? Only to, and I made the video. I'm if they're the first team in on Trey Hendrickson, that's dirty pull to me. Your thought on that, Phil, before we get out of here, bro?
As much as they want to talk about this and that, and we were trying to pair them together, and no, man, you were doing some shady stuff, man. You had buyer's remorse. You were already at the customer service desk with your receipt, trying to get your money back, and you're like, well, I want to get the other one that was in the clearance rack over here. I don't have to give up as much. And instead of being just truthful and saying it, I mean, it just feels, it's very, very shady business. And yes, they were able to, use a loophole. Let's be real, man. That's sometimes what NFL is about. And sometimes that's the strategy within the game. These loopholes that these coaches take advantage of. It just means that people know the business a little bit more. But then again, when you look at Baltimore, that's their track record. That's the team that seems to really kind of yank back on their deals and really take advantage of the year didn't technically start. I think that should be just pushed off to the side. When you make a deal, in the moment that you both submit stuff like that, that's where it's at. Like for me to, a whole week went by, and they did it the night before. That right there, again, is extremely shady as an organization. Again, it wasn't like you did it a day or two
a few times
it was
over the years. Week. They've done this a few times over the years, and
twice at least.
This is a thing that, listen, it's not even about, had nothing to do with Max Crosby. It's how you do business in the league. This is big money. I think there was over $2 billion or almost $2 billion spent after
2.6 or something like that.
like
First 2 days.
$2.6 billion spent in free agency over the first 2 days. People, again, when you're dealing with a hard cap, it's not like the NBA, and this is a hard cap. People are allotting $30 million to a player is a big deal. Now, it just so happened that the Raiders had so much money that it could have been a lot worse, Phil. It could have been a lot worse. If it was the Dallas Cowboys, let's just think about that for a second. If this were the Cowboys who had traded for him, right, or unloaded the player, let's say Dallas traded him and then went out and and then filled that money, right, or re-signed players and absorbed 20 of that, and then all of a sudden you have to take back a $35 million, whatever his cap hit is this year, player. That puts you in a pickle. They got lucky that it was the Raiders that could absorb it and are putting out this party line. It's a party line, people. And what Max is like, okay, he's already on record saying he's not moving from Vegas.
Right.
You got 6 months before there's any games being played. Oh, my God, Rob. He failed a physical. He just had freaking surgery on his knee, for crying out loud.
He was on crutches.
Yeah,
He was on crutches.
Right.
I mean, there was...
Eric DeCosta's garbage.
He walked in and they were like, he was a white guy. I didn't even know he was white.
Dude, yeah. He's got a tramp stamp. We're out. We're done. I don't know. He may, but I just think it was bull, right, Rob? Or not? Yeah, I think you agree,
Yeah,
right?
it's bullshit. Yeah, I because it impacted so many other moves around the league. Is that it really destroyed credibility working with Eric DeCosta. I think it's just shitty business. You don't go. You already knew he just had. You knew he wasn't going to pass the physical.
Rob, everybody had access to the information when you make a trade. They send over the films. Trust me when I tell you, they saw the films. It wasn't that they had to give me physical, if that makes sense. They had to. No, do you know the report has come out that they were on the phone with Trey Hendrickson while Max Crosby was in the building?
Yeah, I heard that.
That is absolute ridiculous.
That's just so shady, man.
They're on the phone negotiating, and you know what happened. They realized that the price came down, Hallie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, $28 million.
And then he was going to make
we could have done that, like, because Dallas was wanting to do $25 million, $3 million more.
We get all caught up in it, but we talked about it. He really didn't fit Dallas. I mean, we heard Eagles were in. We don't know. We heard Eagles were in on it. I don't know what's true. Everybody, we're just. I just think it's not good business if you want to work. But, I think NFL teams are greedy, Hallie. They'll work with them if they think they can get a bargain. They'll get screwed again by him. I would think the NFL would come in and do something.
Yeah. Did you hear?
Sure it's within the NFL year so that they can't back out on it.
Yeah.
Did you hear DeCosta's response? He says, well, it's not stopping anybody from calling them to make deals. And I'm
I know.
It's like,
in that sense, but he was also crying almost. Like, it's just like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, I'm the most disappointed. Like, no, you're not.
What's up, Bobby?
Don't even try
Look
to
at
say
you.
that kind of stuff.
How you doing, Bobby? You good? You all right, brother?
Yeah, man. Doing all right.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Are you back to work yet?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Back to work. Just enjoying the day off and the weekend.
How's your wife today?
Bad today. It's up and down days. It's a slow recovery.
Well, send her our love.
Praying for her. Hey, Carl, how are you? Game time and crew, would you all have done? Yeah, I got to mute you. Or just mute yourself, Bobby, and we're hearing me in the background.
Okay. I'm outside. Maybe that's...
Yeah, it's probably. Thank you. But anyway, listen, I don't know what's going on later. Phil What's today, Phil? Today's Friday, right? Yeah, I don't know. I lose track.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah, today's Friday the 13th.
Beautiful.
So if you want to do something this weekend, Phil, let me know. We'll hop on and do something, even if it's at a weird time. I'm off. I'll go back Monday. So,
And isn't it crazy that we had Friday the 13th in February and in March?
Dude,
Yeah.
I
They
did
usually
not know
they
that.
usually mimic each other.
Yeah, that's nuts. That last
That's
month was Friday the
unusual.
13th. Yeah, it is. Thought I'd throw it out there. Useless
Yeah.
information, but
Yeah.
still kind of crazy.
I think it's useless. I mean, useful. Sorry. I think it's useful. Sorry. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, no, you're good, because I was just like, damn, we just had Friday the 13th last month. And then,
Yeah, Groundhog Day here.
How often does that happen?
The weather was so freaky here because I literally wore shorts for the first 3 days back on the street. It was chilly yesterday. It started snowing. I still got a little snow on the ground. And now it's going back up for a little bit. It's just crazy. Like March weather here into April is always nuts. March is
Ides of
nuts.
March.
Ides of March, yeah. Farts revenge. Oh God, they love fart homes in here. They love it. Poor fart homes, right?
Yeah,
Dude is
it's-
hyping up your team like no other right now. He's just like, Eagles are sucking ass. How we ain't doing shit, and
I take
all
the brunt of
moves
it.
we're making.
And I take the brunt of it. I got Rob
I like what
texting
he
me.
did.
Really? You gotta let. I need a piece of them. So it's out there. Maybe I'll reach out to Fart and see if he wants to hop on. I'll reach out to Fart. I want him and Rob to go mano a mano. He was okay. He likes Rob.
Reach out to Phil.
Yeah, I just think that Rob needs to get his piece of flesh.
He needs
to
pound
pound
of
the
flesh.
flesh off of Fart.
Man,
So,
it wouldn't be so
Get a
bad
pound
if
of
he
flesh
just didn't
off of
I
Fart.
don't mind, but I try and let everybody,
Stop talking shit
You
if
know,
you
it's-
don't want
Rob
it back.
texted me,
Don't play victim.
How
That's all
dare
I'm
you?
saying.
I'm like,
You know
I'm
what's
sorry,
funny,
brother.
Rob?
What am I gonna do?
You know
I
what's
know.
funny is that if
Cut him
Rob
off,
ever
I guess I
met Mark
could.
in person, I bet they'd be good
Actually,
buddies
He'd be the best.
outside of football.
Philly 500.
Besties.
Listen,
Maybe.
Philly 500. I love him too, but he's not as bad in certain ways, but he's worse in other ways. Every move that the Eagles do is the best thing in the world, and we know it's not, but that's what he does. He's the best, so we like it. It is what it is. But I've had many texts with Philly, and I'm like, dude, he's an average player. He's the best. We killed it. And then when he releases them, he'll send me like a laughing emoji. Okay, that's how these guys work. So, but Mark does get under the skin. So
Purposely. Then he plays victim when he comes back at him.
well, that's the thing.
Well, I'm
and then he
pissing off
goes
Eagle
off on my
fans,
people.
nobody-
I know. I was
Right,
unhappy.
right.
I got it.
He's
I
like,
took
why
the
you gotta
brunt.
be a fucking asshole, Drew? And I'm like, what
Well,
are you
because
talking about, dude?
somebody blocked
Hello,
Drew. I don't think Mark did, because Mark loves every eye on him. So I don't think Mark blocked him, but somebody blocked him. I don't know how that works, because I don't think a mod can block somebody indefinitely. I don't think, can they?
No, they
know.
just can time them out for a day. That's about it.
Well, I know
Yeah,
you can
that's
hide
about
a
it.
user, but I don't know how that works, because
That's what happened to me.
I literally don't block anybody. So
What happened to you, Jeff?
No, this was another whole different. It's not even sports. No, it's just
Oh.
mini comment. Nobody didn't like it. Boom. They like
yeah,
anything wrote.
I've learned to stay
Who's up?
away from that, because you're never gonna make everybody happy. I pissed somebody off like a few months ago. It's like, whatever. I'm just, God forbid. That's another. No,
You're a fair individual, so
Yeah.
you can't imagine someone
Wow,
really being
I-
too upset with you.
Well, I can't even talk about, I'm talking about topics of the day. Even if something that, of course, we're not always going to agree on a topic. I'm not saying I have the right answer, but everybody else does. Everybody's right, and we're wrong, or I'm wrong. So it is what it is.
Sounds like
I don't think Eagles Drew. I don't think he did, brother. He told me he didn't, but I'm sure one of his people did. But I don't know how that works. So if I get a hold of his system, I know where to look, Drew. So when me and Phil are away at the draft, I'll sneak into his system and unblock you. There you go.
James Bond.
Oh,
Ryan,
my
you
God.
James Bond.
But all right, Phil, we're getting close, brother. We're getting close to the draft. How much did you pay for I was looking at those screen extenders. How much did you pay for it? Is there anything I should look out for? Since you won't get back to me off air, I figure I'll ask you.
Dude, I sent you those things
I
already.
didn't see shit. But I was looking. How much did you spend? Like, I could get something that's smaller than my actual laptop, right? It doesn't matter, right? It's got a
Yeah, you have different size screens that you can go with.
My laptop is a 16
the one I sent you from
inch.
Amazon was an old one, and that's why I got it years and years before, and I found
Well,
better
I clicked
deals.
on the link and nothing opened up. So you sent me, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
But I was looking at one on, so I was looking at them. So
send it to me. You see something, send it to me. I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Rob's an IT guy. He could probably help me out too, since Phil's so busy. So
whatever. Just let me know.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Phil. It's almost there. Like we need some time, but to get ready and prepare. But we're almost at the draft. I'm just hoping we get good weather. Bring a jacket, Phil. If there's nothing else, bring a jacket.
Yeah. I'm starting to get used to that draft bringing a jacket because maybe even gloves and something warm. Like, oh, if you push this button, it'll warm your whole body and like a whole ear inside.
Why am I getting Biden syndrome?
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Phil, they have those vests that are heated vests that you can charge it up and it lasts for a few hours.
Look, get yourself a pair of long johns, throw them in the bag, just in case.
Yeah, that's all right.
You guys always want to hang out in the most weirdest draft place. Like, look, this is perfect. There's like 100-mile-an-hour wind coming in.
I would like to go back to that was. You guys can pick the streaming location this year. I'm staying out of it.
Yeah. See, if I learned that if I don't speak up quickly, that Mark will drag us here, drag us there.
There you go.
And he's like, "Oh, we're going this way," and then it's actually back that way. It's just
30 cents.
He'll tell you that you're leading him, but you're just like, dude, we're all walking in the same direction. Like, I'm not leading anybody. I didn't know we were going somewhere. Like. So yeah, it'll be great to draw all that crap back up.
He says Mark did block Drew. I was there when he did it. Drew wouldn't shut up. You know how negative he can be. So Mark,
but he denied. But he denied blocking it.
Okay. Well, I don't know that he denied it. He
did. Well, on your your live stream, he did.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah. I'm not doubting you. I don't know. I mean, I try not to. I really do. I even give people mods that may say stuff to piss people off because they're here on the regular, and I'm trying to, I want people to get their point across as much as they can in a half decent way. CZ, I want a Momo versus primetime stream. Yeah, that would be fun. It would last about 5 minutes before primetime would be by himself.
Yeah, Momo will be over doing his rant.
Yeah, Momo will pull a Mark and leave after he's getting beat down.
So, but all right, everybody.
Momo's my arch rival, apparently.
If something happens later, maybe we'll do something later. Like I said, I'm off, so just make sure your bell notifications are hit.
Enjoy your time off, man.
Yeah, it's just my normal 3-day weekend. I work 6 days in a row next week, so it's like I get my 3-day week, and then I'm off Sunday, Monday the following week. So it's like a rotation thing. But yeah, if something goes down big, we'll be live later. If not, everybody make sure you sub up to Prime Time. His channel is up at the top pinned. We don't always know when we're going to go live on that channel. It has more of the bells and whistles. It looks prettier. It's more, it's
more... I mean, tomorrow I'm on Saturday and stuff. I have, our team has a local team of FC soccer that has like a big professional league and everything like that. They have their Saturday night sometimes, so that's why I get pulled into as well too.
I love playing with them. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I like playing with the emojis on yours because you can watch them.
So I would say if we're going to do something, we do it Saturday during the day or Sunday during Sunday.
Yeah, look out there. You sub up to Phil and make sure you have your bell notifications on. Any show that we do on his channel, I always send it out on my channel. So you'll get the link. I'll put it out on Facebook. I'm still waiting to get my X back. I don't use the other apps like I should as much as I should. I need to figure that out. So
I don't see you in Gram so much.
Yeah, I need to do that. It's really hard to. I have to start going live on Instagram. I might start doing that with my laptop, especially once I get my screens. Just to, I don't know how that works. To be honest with you, I don't know if you have to do it on your phone. I don't really know how that works. So
you can do it on your phone.
Yeah, I know I can, but if I got to figure all that out. So just bear with me. But all right,
He has
everybody.
Biden syndrome, so you gotta.
We're with you. Oh, sorry. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. We'll talk to everybody later. Phil, nice seeing you, brother.
Hey, great seeing everyone, man.
Are you working from home today or what?
Yeah, this past week, it's kind of been spring break for my little one, so I've been doing a lot of activities and working from home this past week. So.
All right, man. Well, just text me, and everybody else I'll see is later. I'll be live tomorrow too. I'll be around. I got stuff to do around the house, so I ain't going too far. I'll talk to everybody later. See you. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Guys.
Hey, man.
Later.
What? I'm cool.
Later.
This is me. We're gonna jump on that spaceship and get out of here. Let's
go.
No judgment. Shoot.
To smash that subscribe button. You know what? I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg?
I was raised by avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
Ho ho ho.
Green Giant.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
I think it's going really well. I know. This is literally the first time I took my gun out of the holster. Right. And that is why we need a triumphant video. You guys led us to this. Thank you.